The box. The box had the power to bring people back from the dead, and it had made my dad very rich. This is going to be yours one day, so you need to listen and pay attention to everything I say and do. The box was a plain maple box with no markings, but it had a smell which was hard to describe. It smelled like something from my childhood, sweet, like cotton candy or freshly made waffles. When it comes to the death of a child, parents would empty their bank accounts for a chance to hug their child one last time. The grief-stricken couple had traveled from the other side of the world. The pain of losing their child from a freak accident was etched into their faces. "Did you bring what I asked you to?" my dad softly asked. For the box to work, my dad would place a recent photo, the clothes the deceased were wearing when they died, and a precious personal item into the box. This was his favorite toy. He never went anywhere without it, explained the woman. My dad placed all the items in the box before ushering the couple into another room. "What happens next?" I asked. "We sit and wait, son." The smell of warm memories filled the room as the box started to shake. My dad walked over and took the lid of the box, and a fresh-faced, blonde-haired boy was smiling up at us. His blue eyes were bright and radiant, and he smelled like a newborn baby. "Mommy, Daddy," beamed the young boy as his parents embraced him. My dad kept a close eye on his watch as we sat in the next room. "I hate this part," said my dad with a sullen look on his face. When we entered the room, the smell of a newborn baby was replaced by the stench of rotten meat. The boy's radiant blue eyes were now black as coal, and his face deathly pale. "We explained the rules, Mrs. Jefferson. It's time," my dad said as he quickly ushered the boy's crying parents from the room. My dad left me alone in the room with the boy. I watched in horror as the boy screamed in immense pain as his bones contorted and snapped. I remembered the boy's parents telling us he died from multiple fractures when a bookcase in the family home fell on him. After the parents had left, my dad picked up the boy as he cried for his parents and carried him down the basement. As we stopped at a large steel door, Dad turned to me with a serious expression on his face. "You have to promise one thing. When I die someday, you will never bring me back." The smell of death hit me as he opened the steel door. Before throwing the boy into the room was filled with hundreds of moaning and wailing corpses, some calling out for their loved ones. "It doesn't feel right to just bury them,"